similar to Kepulauan Bangka Belitung. Its marine blue sea felt as if mesmerizing us to dive into the splendor of Indonesia. Along with the lining of its coastal rocks, somehow felt to be embedding magic, bearing us to keep in mind of how exotic this isle is.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may we have your attention please? Tonight's event is about to commence. We invite you to join us at the Sky Ballroom of GHL Solitaire. Once again, tonight's event is about to commence. We invite you to join us at the Sky Ballroom of GHL Solitaire. Thank you.
Di panggung besar
Excellency Ibu Retno LP Marsudi, the Minister for Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia. His Excellency Mr. Alex Wedzik Abdal, Secretary General for Foreign Policy of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Chile. His Excellency Bapak Umar Hadi, Director General for American and European Affairs of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia. Honorable Ms. Shinta Kamdani, Vice Chairwoman of the Indonesian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Kadin. Excellencies, Ambassador of Latin American and the Caribbean countries in Indonesia, Ambassadors of Indonesia in Latin America and the Caribbean countries, Honorable Representative of the business community, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, buenas noches a todos, and America Latina y el Caribe. It is a great honor for us to welcome you to the Indonesia, Latin America, and the Caribbean INA-LAC Business Forum 2022. The INA-LAC Business Forum is annually organized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia. This event aims to intensify interactions between business people in Indonesia and Latin America and the Caribbean region, as well as to encourage Indonesia's direct trade with Latin America and the Caribbean countries that can contribute positively to the increasing export of Indonesian products. To begin, we would like to present you the video presentation of last year's INA-LAC Business Forum 2021.
Buenos dias. Very good morning to all of you here. Welcome to the third Latin America and the Caribbean Business Forum.
Indonesia and Latin America and Caribbean countries to strengthen investment cooperation on green economy for the benefit of our shared futures.
We would like to work together with the Indonesian
para seguir posicionando a Centroamérica como una región atractiva para la inversión.
Within a broader international cooperation framework
and international cooperation in digital matters.
Indonesia for us is a major important.
New agreements will build and strengthen the necessary bridges to deepen and diversify our ties.
Support the development of small and medium enterprise.
Indonesia is the prominent supporter.
This event become very important to further enhance the cooperations among us.
Indonesia an even more attractive investment destination.
On deepening economic engagement,
partnership recover together
regionally, multilaterally.
I'd like to invite the signing parties for a series of signing and presentation of documents.
I'm delighted to launch www.ina-access.com.
Hello everyone, welcome to the first panel discussion.
Differences approach from each of the panels.
Digitalization is the key.
I do hope that this meeting will serve as an opportunity.
Collaborate better and do things better.
Small businesses are the engine.
Establish a plan for processing food.
To keep in touch virtually from anywhere and have productive discussions.
Total 37 business meetings one-on-one. INA-LAC Business Forum 2021 has generated US$ 19.1 million trade deals that has already been agreed, and the potential business transaction worth $68.8 million. In total, more than what we achieved last year, $88 million. Thank you very much.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to proceed with the welcoming speech delivered by the Director General for American and European Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, Ambassador Umar Hadi, followed by the remarks of the Minister for Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia. Bapak Duta Besar Umar Hadi, you may please take the floor.
Her Excellency, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, Madam Retno Marsudi, who will be joining us by video later on. Your Excellency, Ambassador Alex Wetzik, my counterpart, the Secretary General of Foreign Policy, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Chile, the Honorable, my mentor, Madam Sinta Kamdani, Vice Chairperson of the Indonesian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Kadin, and also another mentor of mine, His Excellency Ambassador Ngurah Swajaya, I think he is here. Excellencies, ambassadors of Latin American and Caribbean countries in Jakarta, Excellencies, ambassadors of Indonesia in Latin America and the Caribbean countries, distinguished guests, friends, ladies and gentlemen, buenos dias to all of you joining virtually from Latin America and the Caribbean, and buenas noches, good evening to all of you here. Welcome to Indonesia. We are gathered here in Banten, Tangerang, to be exact, in a small village, used to be a small village called Serpong, on the occasion of the 4th Indonesia, Latin America and the Caribbean, or INA-LAC Business Forum. In its 4th iteration, this forum serves as another solid bridge to connect the peoples of our regions, Indonesia and 33 countries in Latin America and the Caribbean, with a total GDP of $6.68 trillion. We are together at the beginning of a new world order. Together we are facing new strategic environment. Along with it comes new strategic challenges as well as new strategic opportunities. This business forum shall serve as the opportunities to address challenges and to recover from post-pandemic and the multiple crises that has led to global economic downturn. The first INA-LAC Business Forum started at the same place here in October 2019. Many of my esteemed colleagues and heads of mission witnessed that day that we wanted to capitalize our excellent political relations with concrete economic cooperation that benefits our two regions. The INA-LAC Business Forum was made for that intention, and until today, it is the only platform between Indonesia and Latin America and the Caribbean to realize the concrete economic benefits. This mission would not be successful without the active collaboration of each and every one of you, all stakeholders. I am happy to note that we have well surpassed pre-pandemic level of trade relations, amounting to 10.53 billion US dollars in 2021 compared to 7.8 billion US dollars before the pandemic in 2019. I think it deserves acknowledgement and some sense of pride, but I'm sure we can do much better. For the period of January to August 2022, our total trade has reached 8.7 billion US dollars, an increase of 27% compared to the same period in 2021. One of the key reasons for this accomplishment is the continued engagement, interaction, and knowing firsthand what opportunities our partners have to offer. Therefore, tonight, I am pleased to welcome, for the first time since the COVID-19 pandemic, business people from Latin America and the Caribbean who are present with us here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we will hear insights for the future relations between Indonesia, Latin America, and the Caribbean. The Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, Her Excellency Retno Marsudi, was originally planned to be here, but due to her travel arrangements, she is still, I think, on her way from Bangkok to Singapore now. She will join us virtually later on. Following the Minister's keynote speech, we will have the remarks of my colleague, the Secretary General for Foreign Policy of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Chile, representing the views from the group of Latin America and the Caribbean countries. We had a bilateral consultation earlier this morning between Indonesia and Chile. From the business sector, we are pleased to have the presence of the Vice President of the Indonesian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Madam Shinta Kamdani. Later tonight, we will also witness several signing of business agreements between Indonesia and Latin American and Caribbean companies. We will also facilitate virtual business meetings for those who cannot be present here in Indonesia, based on the inquiries and requests made from the INA-LAC digital platform. Tomorrow, we will have prominent stakeholders that will present their views on the issue of business models in a post-pandemic era towards digitalization of the economy. We are grateful for their collaboration and would like to invite each and every one of you to participate in that seminar. After that, we will have on-site business matching between companies from Indonesia, Latin America, and Caribbean. Lastly, we will have a session of business pitchings from several Indonesian companies that have strong potential in Latin America and the Caribbean. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, I wish to convey my sincere appreciation and gratitude to all embassies of Latin American and Caribbean countries in Jakarta, our embassies in the region, the Indonesian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the Latin America Chamber of Commerce in Singapore, and all distinguished panelists, moderators for those events. I hope that we will have a very productive event to explore various economic opportunities, enhance existing partnership, and intensify interaction between all relevant stakeholders, government, business people, and other private sectors. I thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, Her Excellency, Madam Retno Marsudi.
Excellencies, friends from Latin America and the Caribbean, buenos dias. Welcome to the 4th INA-LAC Business Forum. Our previous forum last year gained a lot positive traction, attended by more than 2,800 participants and gained business deals valued at US dollar 87.96 million. This year, the forum becomes even more relevant as we face more complex global uncertainties. The IMF has recently lowered global economic growth to 2.9% for 2023, while the WTO has cut projection of global trade growth to 1% from 3.4%. At the same time, we also see worrying trends including escalating conflicts and tension and rising inflation, food and energy shortages around the world. In facing these multifaceted challenges, we have no other option but to strengthen our economic cooperation to ensure collective recovery and resilience. In this regard, allow me to highlight 3 areas of cooperation. First, expanding market access through FTAs. Colleagues, Indonesia-Lac's trade relation has seen an increasing trend. Despite the pandemic, our total trade reached US dollar 10.53 billion in 2021, an increase of 27% compared to 2020, which is even higher than pre-pandemic levels. However, this only represents 0.4% of Latin America and the Caribbean's total trade with the world. This is why promoting free trade agreements now becomes a greater necessity to explore lucrative opportunities by expanding market access and eliminating trade barriers. To date, Indonesia is currently undergoing negotiations, including the Indonesia-Chile Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement on Trade and Services, and Indonesia-Mercosur Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. My second point, advancing digital economy. Colleagues, during the pandemic, digital startups have become prime economic drivers, providing new jobs and livelihood, pulling millions of people off poverty. They have shown considerable resilience and thrived in both our region. Recently, Indonesia attains its second decacorn in addition to 10 existing unicorns. Meanwhile, Latin America has 1 decacorn and over 47 unicorn startups. Globally, momentum to support growth of digital startups have also grown exponentially, with the total funding for startups surpassing US dollar 600 billion in 2021. This signifies a growing appetite to push the boundaries even further. As fast-growing economies, there is ample opportunities for our regions to explore in this sector, including through facilitating investment in digital platforms. And my third point, promoting sustainable green economy. Colleagues, our two regions hold the key for the future of sustainable green economy sector. While Latin America is one of the world's main sources of rare earth materials, Indonesia is home to abundant mineral deposits. All these elements are critical for the development of these sectors. In Indonesia, these materials are the backbones for the growth of the electric vehicle industry. Globally, there is also growing demand of these materials in the global supply chain. With unpredictable vulnerabilities ahead, we cannot afford to be dependent on only major economies to fulfill our needs. That is why both our regions should foster cooperation to complement one another, strengthen interregional supply chain, as well as strengthen our industry's capacity to produce value-added products in the sustainable green economy sector. Excellencies, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, looking ahead, let us continue to work together to transform our economic potential into concrete cooperation that benefits all. I wish you a productive and fruitful discussion. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Ibu Menteri. Thank you, Bapak Duta Besar. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, before we proceed to the next agenda, we kindly invite you to step forward to fill the front of the ballroom. Once again, we would like to invite you to step forward as we would like you to fill the front of the room. Thank you. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I now have the honor to invite the Secretary General for Foreign Policy of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Chile, Ambassador Alex Wedzik Abdale, to give his remarks. Secretary General, the floor is yours.
Good morning and good evening, everyone. Your Excellency, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Mrs. Retno Marsudi, distinguished ambassadors and representatives of the Latin American embassies in Jakarta, distinguished Indonesian ambassadors in Latin America, dear colleagues of Kemlu, dear friends. For us, it is an honor to be part of this new version of INA-LAC. Chile has consistently participated in this relevant forum since its origin, showing our commitment with Indonesia and the Asia-Pacific, a region that is one of the pillars of our foreign policy. In this regard, we highlighted the relevance placed by Indonesia on the Latin American region. The organization of this forum is an example of this goal. Notwithstanding the geographic distance, we share similar challenges and are certain that the only way to address them is through cooperation and dialogue. Digital economy is a relevant area that will bring new opportunities to our economies. Therefore, we celebrate Indonesia's initiative of choosing it as the topic to be discussed this year. Chile deems digital trade policy as the link between inclusion and democratization by providing greater access to the Internet and allowing more people to be part of this new economy, including traditionally excluded groups. In addition, we believe that data enables innovation. This is particularly so for entrepreneurs and small, medium enterprises, excuse me, where data contributes to develop their business more efficiently by integrating services and stakeholders. An interesting example are the creative industries with generated knowledge-based jobs with high added value. Regarding governance, data could be used as an important tool to promote and create better public policies, thus improving access to information for decision-making. Governments must support dialogues to generate an environment that fosters the creation of new digital industries, including technological products and services. For example, the Digital Economy Partnership Agreement, DIPA, it's a pioneering agreement on digital economy that was created due to the common interest between Chile, New Zealand, and Singapore to take advantage of the potential of the digital economy to benefit small economies while providing opportunities of inclusion to more people and small, medium enterprises into the global economy. The main objective of this agreement is to establish certain basic rules to promote our countries as digital economy platforms, for instance, by promoting enterprise-friendly regulations. As a result, business export of digital products and services will be boosted, facilitating the exploration of new technological areas that can help society as a whole through inclusive economic development. To date, Canada, China, and South Korea have shown interest to join the agreement. The INA-LAC Business Forum is a relevant platform to contribute to the discussion of various relevant topics, encouraging mutual understanding between Indonesia and our region. In past versions of this forum, we have seen how business persons have overcome the gap knowledge that still exists. Our aim should be to produce a greater impact on the different stakeholders, encouraging them to explore the opportunities offered by the digital economy. The pandemic and the financial and food crisis that the world is facing have shown that more trade, not less, is the solution to bring forth more prosperity to our societies. In a global and digitalized world, geographical distance can no longer be an obstacle to connect our entrepreneurial sector. We should take the lessons of the past few years to embrace now new technologies and to find new and innovative ways to engage with each other. To finalize, we note that in this same forum, Chilean authorities have signed relevant documents in areas such as halal certification, agricultural cooperation, food and drug cooperation, among others. Chile wants to become the bridge that brings Indonesia and Latin America closer, and in this effort, we are committed to keep supporting this relevant initiative of Indonesia and strengthening our enduring and deep friendship. Terima kasih. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Secretary General. And now, may we now kindly invite the Vice Chairwoman of the Indonesian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Kadin, Ms. Shinta Kamdani. Ms. Kamdani, you may please take the floor.
Excellency, Minister of the Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, Ibu Retno LP Marsudi, the Director General for American and European Affairs, Ambassador Umar Hadi, Your Excellency Alex Quetzak, the Secretary of Foreign Policy, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Chile, of course, Excellency, Ambassadors, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. On behalf of the Indonesian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, or Kadin Indonesia, allow me to, at this outset, to warmly welcome you, the presence of the government representative, CEOs, senior business executives, representative from Indonesia, Latin America, and the Caribbean. I've been actually coming to this event every year, and this is, I think, it's always remarkable to see old faces, but also to see many new faces. Pak Moga, I think, who has also been championing this event. Thank you, Pak, and making this happen. Until today, Pak Umar Hadi, that is now your baby to continue with this INA-LAC forum. And I think, Pak Umar, I agree with you. The format today is more relaxed, more opportunity to network. We're not allowed to sit, so there's no chairs. That means you have to obviously continue network with one another. I think this event also provides a constructive discussions for business leaders from Indonesia, Latin America, and the Caribbean to explore also commercial potential and opportunity with the goal of fostering trade and tourism engagement and partnership that is mutually beneficial. So we always talk about, first you have to come as a tourist, then you trade, and then you invest. So I think the TII is very, very important. And I think the enormous number of government and corporate leaders present is a clear indication of the strong desire and resolve to work together to elevate our trade and industry partnership. Allow me to express my sincere appreciation to the Indonesian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which has worked incredibly hard and successfully to ensure that the relationship between Indonesia, Latin America, and the Caribbean has always been progressing in a positive manner. It does not feel like this is the 4th year and that this annual forum has been held. And Indonesia trade with Latin America and the Caribbean has progressed in a favorable direction, with total trade value reaching $10.53 billion in 2021, which is 27% increase over 2020 despite the pandemic. This is an incredible number, you know. I think we all have to applaud ourselves for reaching this number. And I'm also pleased to share with you that in Kadin, we are also very committed in supporting INA-LAC and also our relations with the INA-LAC countries. We have many committee bilateral committees and also teams that are dedicated to focusing on developing this relationship. And I think Indonesia market shares in the region remains modest compared to other ASEAN nations, indicating that there is much work to do, so much opportunity for growth and untapped potential. In this regard, aligning our interests will be the basis of our future engagement through genuine trade and economic partnership. We firmly believe that there are enormous untapped trade and potential and prospect. And herein lies the significance of expanding our connectivity, especially between Indonesia enterprises and those of Latin America and the Caribbean. As interest in the region rises among Indonesia corporate sectors, I think it is very imperative to intensify both personal and professional ties. In the same vein, despite the geographical and demographic diversity of Latin America and the Caribbean, they are unified in their desire to foster the economic potential and prospect of both regions in order to build a brighter future. In an effort to significantly contribute to Indonesia Vision 2045, the Indonesian industrial sector is undergoing a number of developmental adjustments. It sets a target for Indonesia to be one of the world's top 10 economies and an industrial powerhouse by that year, allowing the archipelago nation to surpass the middle income barrier. In this regard, the economic vision of Indonesia offers numerous prospects for collaboration with Latin America. And Latin American nation must comprehend Indonesia's importance as an economy and market, not only in Southeast Asia, but beyond. Some countries have already recognized this and are pursuing free trade agreement with Indonesia or betting on investment in the archipelago. Chile is the only Latin American nation which Indonesia has a CEPA And in addition, Indonesia has expressed an interest in initiating trade agreement negotiation with Mercosur, an economic bloc comprised of Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, and Paraguay. In December 2021, Indonesia and Mercosur initiated through thorough economic negotiation, and the scope of this will include also market access, trade and investment facilitation, and scope of negotiation will also become a big opportunity to cooperate and do business with Indonesia, considering its need for greater industrialization, greater participation in regional and global value chain, in industry that also required to a green, I want to underline the green or sustainable economy, and an economy that simultaneously seek ever greater participation also in even our halal products and services. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, this year Indonesia is hosting G20, and I'm entrusted to become the chair of the Business 20, which is the official engagement group within the business community in the G20. When I met the foreign minister a while back, and she was mentioning to me to specifically also include the Latin American Caribbean to ensure that we always engage and nurture friendship with business people from this country. I'm happy to share to the government that B20 Indonesia presidency has been successfully engaging with business people in the region as requested. We have B20 Global Dialogue with Brazil. We have representation of the business leader and C-level delegates in the summit next month from Mexico, Argentina, and Brazil. But, there is a but, I'm looking forward for other countries in the Latin America and Caribbean to also send more of their CEO to join us at the B20 summit in Bali in upcoming 13 and 14 of November, prior to the G20 of 15 and 16. As the B20, we can welcome all business leaders from across the world, and our priorities issue, as mentioned, always is healthcare architecture, digital transformation, and energy transition. I think all of these issues are also very much in line with what are the focus and issues that lies in the Latin America and Caribbean countries. So I would like to personally extend my invitation and encourage many of your business leaders from your countries to join us. I look forward to the discussion we will have today and tomorrow. And on a final note, representing the business community, the Indonesian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, or KADIN, stands ready to continue to strengthen and develop our productive ties through mutually beneficial partnership. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vice Chairwoman Kamdani. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, before we proceed to the next agenda, allow us to present you a video of the INA-LAC Business Forum 2022 and INA Access Digital Platform. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, now we step to the signing ceremony. There will be 5 documents tonight, which are signing of the agreed minutes of the 5th Bilateral Consultation Forum between the Republic of Indonesia and the Republic of Chile, signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between the Sao Paulo Chamber of Commerce and the Indonesian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between PT Dami Mas Sejahtera and Industrias Dayana CA, signing of the Memorandum of Understanding on the appointment of Apvia SRL as the sole distributor of PT Mitra Dinamika Sejahtera in the Dominican Republic, an exchange of the letter of intent of Grupo Campo and Agro Investama Group on the establishment of animal feeding factory using agricultural waste and integrated soybeans plantation in Indonesia. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, for the signing of the agreed minutes of the 5th Bilateral Consultation Forum between the Republic of Indonesia and the Republic of Chile, I would like to kindly invite to the stage Director General for American and European Affairs, Ambassador Umar Hadi, and Secretary General for Foreign Policy of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Chile, Ambassador Alex Wedzik Abdale. Ambassadors, please sign the documents. Ambassadors, please exchange the documents. And now you may please show the documents to the audience. Thank you. We kindly invite you to step down from the stage as we will proceed with the next agenda. Next, we will have the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between the Sao Paulo Chamber of Commerce and the Indonesian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. For this, I would like to invite to come to the stage Coordinating Vice Chairperson of the Indonesian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Kadin, Ibu Shinta W. Kamdani, and joining us live from Sao Paulo, Coordinating Vice Chairperson of Sao Paulo Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Ricardo Kateb Curry. You may please sign the document. And now you may please present the document to the audience. Thank you. We kindly invite you to step down from the stage as we will proceed with the next agenda. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, now we will have the signing of Memorandum of Understanding between PT Dami Mas Sejahtera and Industrias Dayana CA, and the Memorandum of Understanding on the appointment of Apvia SRL as the sole distributor of PT Mitra Dinamika Sejahtera in the Dominican Republic, as well as the exchange of the letter of intent of Grupo Campo and Agro Investama Group on the establishment of animal feeding factory using agricultural waste and integrated soybeans plantation in Indonesia. For the exchange of the letter of intent of Grupo Campo and Agroinvestama Group on the establishment of animal feeding factory using agricultural waste and integrated soybean plantation in Indonesia, we would like to invite to come forward to the stage Agroinvestama Group, Mrs. Cecilia Wirawan, Director of Communication and Public Relations of Agroinvestama Group, and from Grupo Campo, the CEO, Mr. Herman Gabriel de Vorder. For the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between PT Dami Mas Sejahtera and Industrias Diana CA, we would like to invite to come forward to the stage Directors of PT Dami Mas Sejahtera, Mr. Wendy Arifin and Mr. Boni Wijaya. Joining us virtually, President of Industrias Diana CA, Mr. Felix Enrique Romero Azuaje. For the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding on the appointment of Apvia SRL as the sole distributor of PT Mitra Dinamika Sejahtera in the Dominican Republic, I would like to invite to come forward to the stage Ms. Efrina Parantak Briggs from Apvia SRL and Ms. Rachel Teratria from PT Mitra Dinamika Sejahtera. Ladies and gentlemen, please sign the documents. Ladies and gentlemen, please exchange the documents. Ladies and gentlemen, for the Memorandum of Understanding between PT Dami Mas Sejahtera and Industrias Diana CA, please show the documents to the audience. For the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding on the appointment of Apvia SRL as the sole distributor of PT Mitra Dinamika Sejahtera in the Dominican Republic, please show the documents to the audience. And for the exchange of the letter of intent of Grupo Campo and Agroinvestama Group on the establishment of animal feeding factory using agricultural waste and integrated soybeans plantation in Indonesia, please show the documents to the audience. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we kindly invite you to step down from the stage as we will proceed with the next agenda. Once again, congratulations on the signings and the announcement of the agreements. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, now we will step to the photo session. There will be 2 sessions of group photo tonight. For the first one, we would like to invite Ambassador Umar Hadi, Director General for American and European Affairs, Ambassador Alex Wedzik Abdale, Secretary General for Foreign Policy of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Chile. Ambassador Ngurah Swajaya, Special Advisor to the Minister for Foreign Affairs for the Regional Diplomacy. And Vice Chairwoman of the Indonesian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Kadin, Ibu Shinta W. Kamdani. We would also like to invite to join to the stage Ambassador of Cuba, Argentina, Chile, Mexico, Peru, Venezuela, and Panama. Also joining to the stage Chargé d'Affaires of Colombia, Guatemala, Suriname, and Costa Rica. Also joining to the stage Deputy Chief of Mission of Brazil and Ecuador. Everyone is ready? Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, please take off the mask for the photo session and I will count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Another 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we kindly invite you to step down from the stage as we will proceed with the next photo session. But for the second session, please stay at the stage. Ambassador Umar Hadi, Director General for American and European Affairs, Ambassador Alex Wedzik Abdale, Secretary General for Foreign Policy of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Chile, Ambassador Ngurah Swajaya, Special Advisor to the Minister for Foreign Affairs for Regional Diplomacy, and Vice Chairwoman of the Indonesian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Kadin, Ibu Shinta W. Kamdani. Now we would like to invite to join to the stage Ambassador of Indonesia in Buenos Aires, Bogota, Brasilia, Caracas, Havana, Lima, and Mexico City. We would also like to invite the Honorary Consul of Indonesia to Brazil, Mexico, and Trinidad Tobago. Also joining at the stage, Honorary Consul of Jamaica in Indonesia. Everyone is ready? Please take off the mask for the photo session and I will count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Another 3. 1, 2, 3. And we would like you to strike a pose. A lovely pose perhaps? very much, ambassadors. We would like to kindly invite you to step down from the stage as we will proceed to the next agenda. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, now we would like to invite you to enjoy the rest of the evening. We will have performances to accompany you throughout the night.